Dad, do you know why the army pays me? I looked my dad straight in the eye. Tell your wife to stop counting my money. She doesn't have a right to a single dollar of it. If she crosses that line again, I won't be polite anymore. Do you understand? My dad went pale. He had no idea that my stepmom hadn't just dipped into my active duty bank account. She had tried to siphon off my entire hazardous deployment pay while I was stationed overseas. But before I reveal the cold legal trap that ruined her greedy plan, comment below which city you're watching from. I had just returned home on active duty leave, expecting a quiet couple of weeks to recover from a grueling overseas deployment. Instead, the moment I opened my banking app to check my savings, my stomach dropped into a hard knot. Thousands of dollars had been methodically drained through recurring direct debits and personal transfers tied to an old joint account my dad had helped me set up before I enlisted at 18. My stepmom, Brenda, was using my hard-earned military pay to fund her biological son's extravagant lifestyle, buying him high-end clothes and paying off his personal credit cards while treating me like an unwanted house guest in my own childhood home. She genuinely believed that because I was deployed, I wouldn't notice until it was too late. Little did she know, I had already set a military financial trap in motion before I even set foot in the house. To understand how Brenda developed such insane entitlement, you have to look at how she operated for years. Ever since she married my dad, she treated her son like royalty while treating me as a second-class citizen. My dad, terrified of confrontation, always played the passive enabler, letting her run the household with an iron fist. Brenda's favorite line was claiming that military pay was family income and that taking my money was just charging me fair rent for keeping my childhood bedroom available while I was away. If you've ever dealt with an entitled, toxic step-parent who tried to bleed you dry, drop a comment down below right now. The tipping point came when I discovered a forged allotment document in the Home Office, proving Brenda was actively attempting to divert my official monthly hazardous deployment pay directly into her personal account. That evening, Brenda set the dining table expecting another quiet family dinner where I would swallow my pride to keep the peace. Instead, I let the silence stretch until my dad took a sip of his drink. Then I laid the printed bank statements directly on the table between them. I looked my dad straight in the eye and delivered my ultimatum, demanding he force his wife to stop counting my money because she didn't have a right to a single dollar of it. Brenda instantly jumped up, screeching that I was an ungrateful child and that family sacrifices for family. My dad turned red, stammering and begging me not to make a scene over money, desperately trying to smooth things over. But I stood my ground, refusing to let their emotional blackmail manipulate me for another second. What Brenda and my dad failed to realize was that I didn't come to that dinner table to negotiate. I came to deliver a final sentence. Before walking into the house that night, I had already met with my military unit's Judge Advocate General Legal Counsel and filed a formal report with the Defense Finance and Accounting Service. Because she had attempted to forge military pay allotment documents, her actions triggered an immediate federal financial fraud investigation. Within minutes of our confrontation, the joint account was permanently locked, and the automated system froze every credit line and overdraft facility Brenda had tied to it. Her confident, arrogant smirk completely dissolved into sheer terror as she realized she was facing severe legal consequences, total credit ruin, and potential criminal charges. Brenda was forced to sign an emergency repayment agreement to avoid formal prosecution, liquidating her personal assets to pay back every single dollar she had stolen from my account. My dad was left standing in the wreckage of his own spineless enabling, finally realizing that his silence had cost him his relationship with his daughter. I officially severed all shared financial ties, updated my military record to ensure no one in my biological family could ever access my benefits, and moved out into a peaceful, independent life. Standing up to them didn't just protect my hard-earned deployment pay, it gave me the ultimate freedom to reclaim my dignity. What would you have done if you caught a step-parent stealing your military pay? Would you have given them a second chance, or would you have locked the trap just like I did? Let me know in the comments below.